Number one, every airman will be able to attend Residence PME. That's a good news story right there. So you can have a little bit better focused training, I believe. Number two, flexible suspense for distance learning. So as we were talking about before, you get to choose when you get to do your PME. Like if you have a little bit more free time, like say on a remote assignment to Incirlik, or some deployment, then that would be a good time to get that done. And also the time and service gates are removed, which gives you a little bit more flexibility. So those are the three things that the boss talked about last week. There are a few other things what we'd like to touch on here. Each airman can now decide the best time frame to complete their applicable DLCs, as distance learning course, right. I believe. Airmen will not be notified by Air Force Personnel Center or Air University to enroll in their distance learning courses, but they must do this themselves. And so, big point on that, and I think it's great, is we trust our airmen to do a lot of things and a lot of responsibilities. So this puts the responsibility more on the airmen to make sure they get that stuff taken care of. And that's good news, because that means they can decide when they get it done. Okay, once staff and master sergeants complete their respective distance learning courses, they are immediately eligible for in-residence PME. So you have to get that done before you can be eligible, so make sure you get that done. Non-completion of NCO distance learning course or senior NCO learning distance learning course renders a member ineligible for in-residence PME. So again, it is a prereq, which means you got to get it done before you go in residence. This new policy is effective with the 2018 E8 promotion cycle. So that's the deal on that. This day in history, it was actually yesterday in history, on the 27th of July, 1909, a little while ago. Orville Wright, we all remember him, with Lieutenant Frank Lamb riding as a passenger, flew the Army's first airplane for 1 hour and 12 minutes and 40 seconds. To set a two-man endurance record. That was the endurance record at the time. The first official flight test of an airplane fulfilled a contract requirement for an hour-long flight with a passenger. So kind of a big deal, and now we fly for a good bit longer than that. Also on the 27th of July, 1953, Korean War ended with the UN and Communist representatives signing an armistice at Panmunjom, I think is the way you say that. And at the end of the war, the U.S. pilots enjoyed a 10-to-1 edge air-to-air and air-to-air combat, and U.S. air crews flew more than 625,000 combat sorties and destroyed 839 MiG-15s. That's a lot of air combat. Team Incirlik and the Mighty Titans, we contribute to the OIR flight every single day, like we talked about before. In Syria, there's 132 strikes, and there's 173 targets damaged or destroyed. In Iraq, 46 strikes and 116 targets damaged or destroyed, and that's from the period from 16 to 22 July, and it keeps on going. Again, just want to reiterate that I appreciate that what y'all do out there, each and every one of you on the 39th Air Base Wing, the Titan Wing, and Team Incirlik. Each one of you are here for a purpose, and you fulfill a specific and critical need for getting the mission done. And that's great, and I just want to reiterate, do the best job at whatever it is that you've been set to do, the task that's been set before you. Take care of your bros and your broettes, like I like to say, which is, be a good wingman, not just on duty, but off duty as well. We're all a family here. And make it better for the person after you. Build that continuity, very, very important now that we're here, most of us, on just 12-month assignments, to make sure we have that good continuity to make it better for the person after us.